Good morning. This is Tips for Tunes, and I'm going to show you as soon as I change to a quiet district. There's only two of us in this one. There's going to be three. I'm going to show you how my Ensign Redshirt does it. Ensign Redshirt is an Uber. And Uber has max tracks, and in this case they need to do a factory. Now, as a 4-track Uber, he has the advantage of lure, which he plants, and he can solo a factory. It's just a matter of how carefully you have to pick your gags. Really, that's what it comes down to, because you can only bring, what, 35? Now, the way you get 35 is you literally finish Donald's dock. You get your 4th track, which I picked as lure because that's what holds everything for me. And then I take just one task in Daisy's Gardens, and that is to get from 30 gags to 35 gags. And then there's the big question is, what do I bring with me? Because there are certain things I know I'm going to use in a run, and there's certain things I'm not sure, and I can't just have everything as I do with a full-size tune. So the only other thing, of course, that's a problem is, this is for my friends who fish. We don't fish. The only thing that's a problem, of course, is when gags miss. When you're in an Uber-only run, you're dealing with a whole bunch of tunes that are people who are experienced. They just want another challenge. So they know what gags to pick usually. That's not a problem. In this case, since I need 680, I'm going to do I'm going to be doing a front entrance. Often I'll do a side entrance if I need 500 something, you know. In some cases, doing 2 short ones is worth it. In the case of the next run where I need 890 merits, I will do 2 side doors because that's the easiest, that's the fastest to me. So I may skip 1 or 2 because I don't need to do everything. And of course, when you're 34 laugh and higher, you know, I mean, right now I'm 36, which means I got 2 laugh already from Sellbot. When I'm done, I will max at 39. So what happens here is there you go. Now, there was a time when the 2 3s used to load first. I don't have that luxury. And I do see a problem with my gags. What happened here? Did I forget to, oh no, it's there. I don't know why I thought there were 3. I guess it's my vision or something. Now, we're going to use a pie here, a full-on pie, because we're going to be doing a room and then restocking. The only thing we don't really restock here or can't restock here is lure, so we have to bring 8 with us just in case things miss. We also know there are some gags we're going to use because it takes the cogs out. We're not here to work gags, right? We're all full. We'll get that from doing buildings. We'll do that from doing the VP. That's where we get our gags back and topped up. And yeah, I solo buildings, or I'll take a tune and run heaviest building there is. I'm good. And that sounds very challenging. And I'm going to be back here. We're going to go to the gear room next and take care of them, and then restock here. That'll also probably give me some level 4. When you have organic lure, it all lure fails in the VP, but in the factory, I have less of a chance of being attacked. So it's very useful. And even my big tunes, when I do a run with them, I will let me see what I have here. So if I'm topped up here, if I weren't topped up in my throw, I might use all 3 of these birthday cakes, which doesn't, which would help me also at least. Throws and squirts, you really do get those up, and the lure you get up, but you sacrifice a lot of sound because you can. Now, I'll take care of these 2, and then I'm going to go pick my barrel and move on in the other direction to the boiler room, not to be confused with the boiler. This is one thing I won't bring my Toon to, is a field office. I understand it's possible for some smaller tunes to do a 1-star field office. I'm not looking for it. I don't need that. What is he going to do with remotes? So here we go. I could put the sound up if you want the sound of the game. I was thinking of not using a microphone actually, because traditionally you type and let the animal do meow 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 as the cats do, and that's what they did in the old days. And you know what? It's okay. I just didn't feel like doing it, and I wanted to give pointers. Now this, in being one of the few who have a level 6 there, before you get to the warehouse and everything changes, yeah, you're using your cream pie here. I'd say once, when you do a regular run, once every 2 weeks, I think, we get something that misses. And I haven't played Ensign Redshirt in a while. I've been busy with other tunes. And maybe someday, which would be cool. See, we don't have the luxury of level 4 gags. We can't carry everything. But yeah, once I so yeah, it's been a while since Ensign Redshirt's done anything, but I did want to save this to show that, no one has to carry a tune because they're 34. And that's how he started. He started VPs at 34. You get 5 laugh from your various milestones. Now, what we're going to do, and what I meant to say before and I forgot, was I start all my tunes with planting throw when they start their tasks. And then, Uber or not, I switch them over once I get lure. And I build that up so they can do their own factories, they can do their own... We're not going to do lure. They can do their own factories, they can do their own buildings. See, this is one of those days where we have a little problem. But, he's been around a while. He has some options available to him. And I think he might have somebody to tune him up. We'll see. So he's running on 19 now, huh? That won't be pretty. We have all kinds of things we can do. So I'm going to do this again. That's why we bring 8. Let me see now. Let's see. Who can tune up my... I don't have anything to tune up with? Come on. Well, I guess you're getting the fancy treatment. Remember, this isn't pre-planned. Anything can happen, but you still have to be able to get through. And no one's carrying you. So usually by now, I may have. I got a lot of Dr. Drift. But I usually have something like, Madam Chuckle or Daffy Don, which are, less valuable in general, but you know what? It's good for those little touch-ups like this. My doodle, and I do have a doodle, and who else would Ensign Redshirt have but Bones? I really, really owe them a scratch and a jelly bean, as you can see. May have tuned me up, I don't know, but I had a lot, and 5 wasn't going to cut it. So we're going to do this again. And we're going to use sound. And then the third sound is going to be in the whatchamacallit room. The oil room. Do we want to do the oil room? We actually don't have to do the oil room, to be perfectly honest. We can actually go into the duct room and then come back out and go here on the catwalk to the warehouse. We could do that. And probably that's all we need. If we're just missing one room, that would be fine. Also, we had 5 points here. So you know what? If something misses in here, that's good. So we're going to go in here instead of the stompers, because the stompers automatically take you out, and we're not going to risk ourselves going through the lava room for just, 3 points or something. Oh, how nice. And I could have used maybe, do I have even Clumsy Ned? I wouldn't. Would I have used a Franz? I could have used a Franz, I suppose. Anyway, we've got enough of these to work with. But usually I will go and restock. Because it looks like I'm just one shy. As long as we have 3 left, right? And we don't. So no, I mean, I guess we can. You know what? We could do that. You know what else we could do if we love the challenge is go all the way back and restock. I may do this a second time. I don't think I've ever had it so bad. By the way, you don't need to step on this unless you're coming in. This is a side entrance. Then this will be locked. Then you need to unlock it. You're already unlocked because you came from that side. So you don't need to do it. Or sometimes if you feel like it. Yeah, it is a bit of a problem, isn't it? I seem to be short. But you know what? It's not terrible. Because I'm 0 to go on everything. So if I had to, I could use a level 7 gag. I don't want to hear. Remember, these are all contingencies, and this is what an Uber may face doing a run. If you're doing 5,500 merits, one of those you're going to miss, and you're going to have to work with contingencies. So I'm not terribly worried here. The reason why I like doing this side instead of entering from the other side is the other side's a blind spot. In here, I can see the whole thing and see exactly where everybody is out in the field, all the goons. Okay, so here it is. Oh, also, fun fact, that long stairway that leads from where we originally got our barrel of cake, there's a door on the opposite side instead of making a left and going to the boiler room. This is the stairway. This is the vantage point from there. And of course, when we turn to the left, we turn to the side here, to the left of us is what you see. And you are in my power. Okay, so we got this. It should have exactly what we need. In I could be wrong, but we're going to have exactly what we need. We're going to have 6 level 6s, and then we'll have 4. It's 10. How many cogs are up there? I think 10. So if everything goes perfect, then we have exactly the right amount of gags for upstairs. And that's a contingency because had we not lost a sound gag with a miss, we would have had extra stuff. So there's no big deal. You take it in stride. The only thing we don't like is losing our level 7 gags to something like that. Remember, all you need really to do is clear it to get through. This one is not going to be coming anytime soon to us, and you don't get any credits for this, so and also you don't if you don't clear them, they do spawn. I've done it where I've been in the warehouse and then I went to restock somewhere, like the paint room, which is via the other catwalk, and then I find there's 2 of them. So if you don't clear all the goons and you still do stuff and come back to the warehouse, you will have to go up there and maybe stomp stuff. Here you go, kids. Sorry, it's morning congestion. One of the benefits of being someone with an autoimmune disorder is everything gets you. At this point, it really doesn't matter if you're using a cake or a cloud on this one. The level 7s and then level 9 at the end all add up. Now, that's also very popular to do live streams on YouTube. I have to look and see. I mean, for Toontown, a lot of people do that. I like it either way. But this also allows me to download it and add titles and such. And it's there for a while, so people can still check it out on Twitch. And then you double tap your up arrow to go a little faster. Even with mistakes, I mean, not mistakes, with misses, really. Oh, wow. It's like a mini invasion in here. Because so far, we're just under 20 minutes with the error. Here we go. And you know what? It's kind of okay for me to have shown you this with a miss. I mean, chances are it could have just as soon been perfect. Like I say, usually every 1 or 2 weeks I'll have a miss in my lure because it's organic. But showing that an Uber can hold their own if something goes wrong, and the level 4 Ubers are the strong. The 4-track Ubers are among the stronger. You can also bring up your gags to 40, and that's what other 4-track Ubers do. They start, instead of with 34, they start with 43. They do all of Daisy's Gardens, and then they do one task, Tom Tom's Drums, and that brings up their gag count, and then they start. So that takes you to 43 if you've managed to avoid getting any fish laugh, because that's the big thing. Oh, it's a little guy. It must be the Two-Face. Certainly a lot of Two-Faces in this. Okay. There we go. See, it's a done deal, and we have 4 gags that we can use. We do have the paint room, which gives you cream pies and hoses, and of course we've got the lava room, which is a little more risky when you're a little toon to get into, and that gives you really just hose. How often am I going to need an elephant's trunk when I'm doing something alone here, except for the beginning, and I bring one elephant's trunk for that. So, I mean, yeah, jelly beans, yeah, but I can go to, well, there are 2 bean fests today, you know what I mean? So if I have to, I got that. I don't need to go risk my toon to get jelly beans. And when you tune up there, because they have an ice cream barrel, that's nice, but then you have to go back out and go and forget that. So we got our merits for the Great Uber Run. Yay! Thanks for watching, everybody.